Welcome. This is Crime Queen. If you're joining us for the first time, this is the channel where we get excited about love. This is where we ignite that which dwells from within us, that which comes alive, makes us smile, makes us laugh. Hence we say the crimson light is live. So, if you're laughing and you're smiling, just remember that you are sending out vibrations to the four corners of the earth, and that in essence is coming from within. This is your vibration you're sending out. What you give out into the world is what you receive. Now that reminds me, in fact, I had a conversation over the weekend with my nephew, and whose his first name, of course, equals 22, and he's a real smiler, and that kind of really resonates. It's funny how we have certain characteristics naturally, which we all do, but some people, you just label them as real smilers, and you know that they have that certain natural attribute about them. And he is 22 with his first name. It equals 22, the master number, and he's always sending out this wonderful vibration. Also, I've got a niece as well whose first name equals 22. So, but you may be a 22 vibration naturally and not aware of what you are really giving out. And I think it is nice when you get to know yourself, know what vibrational energies you are sending out. This is what we are about, doing things consciously. Anyway, I just thought it was really nice, and I hope he has enjoyed just understanding himself more. When people say, oh, you've got a beautiful smile, or you're always smiling, that's what it's about. So there we are with Mother Eve, of course, smiling as well, sending out that vibration. So if you're new to this channel, this is the sacrifice which we are hinging on. I have decided to go over the numbers, and I know I have touched on every number throughout my presentations, but just to really familiarize ourselves with the energy of each number. So I'm going over those, and again, now I'm going to do a presentation on number one. Now, again, if you are new to this is a depiction of what we are meant to be. We are dots. I am the I am, which is the I, the third eye, the AM here, and the smile, of course, which we are doing here, which mouth equals 5. So there we are doing the I am that I am, and we are connecting the dots. So, of course, this was absent present presentation I had done, which was very interesting. And more I think about it, it just probably means that when you are absent, you are present somewhere else, or vice versa. Okay, so let's stick to the number one. So what I've decided to do as well is have to each word or number have at least 10 words that I can just put on there, and we can hinge on them and see how we relate to them, because we're talking about vibrations. So, and number one here, of course, falls under the revelation. It's as if saying revelation is there to help us anchor or reveal to us the essence of every number. So the R here, which revelation begins with, is also the start of the S, the word sacrifice. The word sacrifice, the S is 1. The numerical value for S is 1. So it's also JAS as we have here. So it's just going over the template in essence, but I'm trying to do this in a more simplistic fashion for people who are new to this, and I'm hoping I can do this in a real simple way. But it's because I have been doing most things still attached to the word sacrifice, so I tend to anchor on this. But let's look at number one and the characteristic of number one. So what's happening here is that number one in essence is showing us dynamic attribute, because it's not just that straight stroke. It has a curve to it. It also has that ability to break into different patterns, and that's why number one is so powerful. And let's look at it from the perspective of the three letters of the alphabet that comes under the number one number, of course. So there we are. So with number one, let's look at JAS, and just look at JAS, which is JAS, but I usually say jazz, like, and which would be equally nice as well, because jazz, the letter Z has three strokes in it, like it has with A. So usually I say jazz, and so it's one way of memorizing the numerical value as well, and its attributes. So Z would be like this, which has three strokes like the letter A. So we are looking at the letters from the capital formation. So we have the idea. This is what is so wonderful, and hence we understand why it is said that God is number one, or the highest value, because one has that ability to break its one line here, and then we have the J, which is two lines. So we see one, in essence we had jazz, JAS, but we see that one is here. This is one stroke, and this is two strokes, and this is three strokes. So if we were to add these values together, we would have the number 6, which in essence is the number of man. The number of man in the sense that God created man on the 6th day. And, oh, I'm looking, yeah, so my pen doesn't dry up. And God created man on the 6th day. We see that since God had created all things before, and man was the last creature thing that he did, or we learn, and let's say God did instead of saying he did, because and perhaps there is, well, some essence to saying he as well, because we are talking in numerological values. So that means that if we were to do he, that would be under the number 2, because he equals he, he equals 13. So this is 8 and 5 equals 13, and 1 and 3 equals 4. So here we are seeing it's like about the 4 elements that we are. So all of those come under one unit. So we could say 4 posts to the house, 4 corners. It means that it's still representing 1. So in essence, it's okay to say he. We are getting a deeper understanding about he as being 1. All right. And of course, if we were to join these two, 1 and 3 together, we would have the letter B, which in numerical value is 2, but actually it is 1 letter. So we see the dynamic of what 1 entails in saying he. So it's just a clearer way of understanding the God numerical value here, or the God essence of creation. So that is only one aspect of it. So we see how we get to 6. And 6 is really, it's like you could almost say it's that, it reminds me of maybe that sperm that goes into the womb and forms that number 6. It's all those things, but we see the dynamic of 6. And I want to just get a few words that really equals 1. Of course, we get 1, by the numbers 10, the numbers 55, numbers 37, number 46, because it's, if we add these together, number 28. So this gives us, this is 10, this is 10, this is 10, and this is 10, and this is, of course, so whatever two digits can give you 10, that means it is 1. And I love it. It's 12 o'clock now, so we see that 1, how 1 breaks into 2 as well. So I'm just getting a few words. Let's see, what have I done with them? A few words that, yes, that we can get associate on a daily basis with the number 1. First of all, God created man. So let's use another board. Yes. So we've got man, M-A-N, man. So man is 4, 1, 5. So I'll do this because if you're new to this and then you understand how the numerical values work or get used to them. So this is 10, 5 and 1, 6 and 4 is 10. Okay, next we have mirror, M-I-R-R-O-R. So this is 9, 6, 9, 9, 9, 4. So I do 4 9s 36 and 10. So 4 9s 36 and 10 is 46. 46, we add 4 and 6 together equals 10. So you have numerical value is 1. Then we have heaven, H-E-A-V-E-N. So this is 5, 5, 4, 1, 5, 8. 5 and 5, 10 and 4, 14 and 1, 15 and 5, 20. So this is 28. 2 and 8 is 10. This is how we get our 1 value. Okay, so hell, I believe hell is, because I was kind of surprised. So this is 8, 5, 3, 3. So that's 6. 6 and 5 is 11, and 8 is 19. 19, 1 and 9 is 10. That's how we do it. This is how we do it. Okay, and Satan, this is really interesting. This is why some people just get away with murder. In fact, it'd be interesting to do murder, but not now. Okay, so this is 5, 1, 2, 1, 1. 5 and 1, 6 and 2, 8, 9, 10. Direct. So the two we had direct is really Satan and man. So yes. Okay, then we have sacrifice. We have done sacrifice, which is 46. Sacrifice, we have done this. It's on the template. It's 46 equals 4 and 6, like mirror. And this is the thing, it's like sacrifice is there to remind us. It's like that reflection that is in or facing no matter what we do. Hence, you know, the beauty about having sacrifice as the template. And so we have crown. I love crown, C-R-O-W-N. This is 5, 5, 6, 9, 3. So 5 and 5, 10, and I do this as 15, so that's 25, and 3 is 28. 28, 2 and 8 equals 10. All right, and we have growth. I like that word growth. In fact, growth has just been one of those words that seem to just ignite the crimson light within me. 8, 2, let's have this looking like an 8, 8, 2, 5, 6, 9, 7. Let's do this. So the 8 and 2 is 10, and 5, 15, and 6 is 21, and 9, 30, and 7 is 37. This is a word that now, the number 37, it sort of gives a nice feeling. It actually has a nice resonance with me. Of course, because 3 is very creative. 3 is a creative number. It's that communicative number. It's that artistic number. Of course, 3 is the, like I call it, the breast number. It's that which nurtures. It's that which excites us. That is the Passover, where the child goes from one breast to another. It nurtures. It provides. It comforts. It's beauty. Of course, the opposite sex will always will tell you, will perhaps give a better account than I can. Okay. Oh, well, it doesn't have to be the opposite sex altogether. But there we are. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 words on here. Of course, I've got other words like kingdom, because that's another word. In fact, let's try and stick these other words here. Kingdom, because Christ was always on about the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of heaven. It's like 10 of 10, or 10 out of 10, or 1 out of 1. So let's take man here. We'll do man here, and put man here, which is 10, and kingdom, Kingdom. So this is 4, 6, 4, nice numbers, and 7, 5, 9, 2. And of course, kingdom has that K, which is on that second, well, it's number 1, 2. Okay, let's look at kingdom. This is 4, 6, 10, and this is 14, and 7, that's 21, and 6, 26, and 26, let's do it this way, 26 and 2, 28, yes, 29, 37, 37. Oh, so we have another 37 here, so which I really like. And that's what I mean about the number 37. I'm sure there would be 37 perhaps that does not, or we have known to have a negative connotation as well, because that's the thing we need to remember. We are talking about vibrational energies here. The numbers, it's like saying, for instance, you could have 10 apples and you could have 10 stones. So what do you do with 10 apples and what do you do with 10 stones? Well, you could actually build a house with 10, use it as part of your structure in building your house to keep you safe. And you could also pelt or break down a glass window with the stones. So it's what we use those numbers for that really matter. We could eat our 10 apples for nutrition. However, we could use them to really, you could pelt them at someone and that wouldn't be nice. Whereas they were still, it doesn't stop them being 10 apples. It does not stop 10 stones being 10 stones. So this is what we are talking about, vibration. But how we do know that how we choose to use numbers, and because numbers are used for both good and evil, if you like, or good and bad, or so it's really, we are talking about the vibration, and of course sound, the spirit of sound mind. So this is what I like to use in conjunction with the numbers, making sure or ensuring that it is of good intention. So I'll use another thing that we use, another word that resonate with us, Saturday, because we are about days as well. So of course I'm going to do Saturday days separately, but it just came to mind. Saturday. And we have 7. Oh, pen is drying up because I'm exposing it. Okay, 4. So this is 7, 1, 4, 9, 3, 2, 1, 1. And Saturday, of course, begins like sacrifice. So perhaps, well, Saturday and sacrifice. So we have the AS here. It's like it's talking to us because Revelation goes backward as well. So AS, it's like, and we have SAT, that's sat. And we can say that that has a strong connection with sacrifice in a sense, because sacrifice has sat with us in a way that it has been part of our makeup, part of who we are. The word sat, it has sat within our psyche, that the word sacrifice. So it's good to have the word Saturday in this sense. All right, so there we are. 7 and 1, 8 and 4, 12. And 9 is 21, and 3, 24, and 2, 26, and 1, 27, and 1, 28. 28. So here we have 10. So I hope this gives you some nice elements of the number 1. And if you are number 1 in any way, or the number 1 shows up in your life path number, or your date of birth, or just making sense, or you are the first child of your of the family, or even if you were the 10th, there are aspects to this you can really make sense of yourself, just looking at the number 10, looking at the number 1. So number 1 is really that which gives us the characteristics. It's like it gives us that, even as the form of 10, it gives us that makeup. As I say, it's like looking at the two sides of something, of the whole. Actually, 10 you could say is the whole, but the number 1 is giving us that characteristic, or it's when, because we are human, of course we know that we are dealing with the whole, but we always tend to have to take sides or make decisions. So we are looking at a focal point of what is. In fact, the word is equals 10. So basically, if we just say what is, 10 is, and 1 is, well, everything is, but it's the characteristic of that which is we are looking at. I hope you have found this number 1 presentation helpful to helping us understand where we are coming from, who we are, and where we are going. So if you enjoy this presentation, just to put these words up here again for you and see how they can be of help in getting us to be better expressions and versions of who we truly are. Thank you for watching. I have valued your time, and to take the time to watching this presentation. So click the like button and share and subscribe, because this is how we do it to actualizing soulful love. In the meantime, stay blessed, stay bright, be blissful, and be a field, because we are planting new seeds. Namaste, and spill over with love.